Alrighty then, here we are. We've made our way to the bunker site in the north of Caterva Coles. We're going to find the data storage and scavenge some leftover supplies in order to complete this protocol called Well Preserved. What I really like about this this little point of interest is that it's almost like a western town. You walk in and you're the new sheriff in town. And this is another one of the blue screens that you could actually break down and salvage some copper out of. I'm not going to do that here, just kind of wanted to show what it looked like. It put some pretty good detail into it, I believe. Yeah, and here you'll see that each one of these enemies have a unique name. Well, not each enemy, but each enemy type. We saw a scarab earlier. This is the locust. One of the other bigger ones was a bulldog. Thought that was pretty neat how they managed to kind of make them look like serial numbers and names. Now, one of the things we're here for is to find the data storage, and it is actually at the top up here at this mine entrance. I waited until last so that we can listen to the voiceover if there is one. Does not appear to be any kind of voiceover, so I will read it. It says, "Welcome to USC. Andrea Lincombe, Captain of USC Security. We have now been able to send over half of the personnel back to Earth. Integration of the clones into all worker positions has been successful. Both Zhao and Bell personnel have now been drawn down to only priority positions. The governor has been working directly with CEO Bio Zhao and CEO Richard Bell on which personnel will be last to leave before the next solar flare event. Both families, of course, wish to be the last off, giving them an advantage on arranging things for their return. Andrea Lincombe, Captain of USC Security. I am finding clues to some unauthorized bio experiments by Zhao Corporation. I have security personnel looking into a possible non-sanctioned cloning base somewhere in the West. Zhao is of course denying it, but I feel they are up to something. I am wondering about the Bell mining cave that they set up for us containing something other than the bots that we commissioned. Currently, I've had problems getting security forces to search the cave since most of the personnel have now been sent off-world." I kind of modified it a little bit because it looks like they had some typos in here and some of the syntax of the English wasn't quite right, but that's pretty interesting. So you'll see that tensions are rising. They're trying to get the actual humans off of the planet, and that's pretty much the whole reason for the game, is that you're one of the clones, and this is how the cloning process began and how they decided it was a good idea. But that did complete the protocol. Okay, I did not realize that the rearmament would be something that I could do just out here in the field. So we're going to go ahead and do this protocol, or at least get it started. I'm not sure if we're going to have all of the materials that we're going to need in order to make the percussion grenades. But we are going to take a look at it to see. So for this one, we have to upgrade our weaponry before facing, the new further challenges. We have to craft a BR-9 charger and 3 percussion grenades. So let's take a look here. Should be able to do that with just this regular portable printer. And that is the BR-9 charger. We can make 21 of them. We're just going to craft the one they're asking for. Now it doesn't look like we have enough materials to make any of this. So let's see what we are missing. It looks like we're only missing nitrate. So we are just going to very quickly throw this gun away. A couple of other pieces that we do not need. And then we are going to go farm a little bit of nitrate and finish this protocol. I could have just used the slider to place it up to 3 percussion grenades, but I clicked craft 3 times. You can do it that way as well, and it will just queue them up. Oh, I guess we only needed actually 1 of these grenades, but that's alright. It looks like it's asking us to do additional task. We have to craft a 6.5mm low-grade ammunition, 5 of them, and a reflex sight. We'll take a look here. It's another thing we may not have enough resources for. Yeah, we have enough to make 1 box. Well, I call them a box, it's a stack. It makes 60 at a time. Maybe we'll have enough for the reflex sight though. Well, I came all the way back to the base and figured out whenever I did that, because I thought I needed this printer that'll have things that the mobile printer does not have available to it. And turns out I was wrong. You can actually just make it in the mobile printer as it sits right there. It's the reflex sight. And that concludes rearmament. Alrighty, we have made it here. As you can see, it's not exactly where I remembered it. It's the other corner over here. But we did make it, so we're going to go ahead and do this protocol, a view to kill. We have to just scavenge some scattered debris and gather the 2 intelligence fragments that are literally just right next to each other. Okay, so we have both intelligence, and we are about to loot our last debris. And that will actually complete that protocol, but we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what the intelligence is going to tell us. Well, we do have both fragments, but it looks like it's in another language that I do not read. So we're going to go ahead and... well, it looks like we can't actually put it together. That's right. So with this one, it actually works in conjunction with the next protocol. So we have to get the intelligence fragments from the underground protocol before we can actually put these together. So I'm going to go ahead and head the direction of the next protocol. We'll have to... It says, traces of the missing data lead further northwest, likely into a natural cavity within Scalae Planum. I know exactly where this is. There's like a little... I don't know if it's town. It's just like one building over here. Somewhere over here. I don't know. I'm going to head there right now, and we'll go ahead and do that protocol as well. Okay, we have made it to the area that we need to be in order to do underground. There is a building here. This is the building I was talking about. And it had a pretty high chance to drop the white schematics for, there's like a Revenant and a Gemini gun that you can only get from a drop, from a schematic. And it wasn't actually out there in the game. People had to find it. I thought that was a bug. I think that some of the bodies that show up here in the dining room are a reference to the movie Starship Troopers. There's another scene with bodies around a dinner table that I'll capture later, and it's really kind of apparent there that that's probably what they're referencing. Thought that was pretty cool. They were not too clear with the directions. You had to actually find this thing on your own. They just gave you the general vicinity. The Widows would give carbon fiber, which is a higher end material. Now this mining tool doesn't look like the one in the previous videos. This is the upgraded level 2. And we mined 25 ore very quickly with that, so that was actually the only node we had to mine. I don't think you'll be needing that food and medicine anymore, buddy. And that is the last AI remains we had to actually salvage from. Now we just have to gather the intelligence and not die. Here's one of them, and it's pretty close to the pathway down in order to get another one. This was a really good place to kind of farm magnesium as well. There were only like really 3 areas that it would spawn in. Here's another one of the intelligence fragments. And there's just bones and skulls littered throughout the bottom of this cave. Looks like the very last fragment that we need is at the top of this stairway or hill. I don't know what you want to classify this as. Alright, now we have that. I'm going to reload, and then we'll take a look at these 3 and compile all 5 of those together. Alright, and it actually does look like these are in English, so I can actually read these. It's of Mechs and Men 3. Dr. Alfred Lichter, Head Scientist, Bell Mining. I have started the advanced robotic program that USC has commissioned us to help with. I've placed out advanced units in an enclosed cave to better determine their effectiveness. Our cave has become a good training area for training security forces and to see how the new clones can deal with hostile entities. USC is very happy with our setup. Of Mechs and Men 4, Dr. Alfred Lichter, Head Scientist, Bell Mining. We have come up with an advanced unit that we are now calling the Riot Mantis. It has a hardened shell and releases anti-personal mines. We have also attached an upgraded cannon. While setting up this combat cave, we have discovered an underground area of titanium. This we are keeping to ourselves and will be mined exclusively by Bell Mining personnel. Of Mechs and Men 5, Dr. Alfred Lichter, Head Scientist, Bell Mining. Overall, the experience setting up the combat cave has benefited us both with our relationship with USC and with finding one of the few places for mining titanium. Altogether, a very successful venture. Okay, we're going to go ahead and compile it and see if there may be a voice-acted component to this.
Greetings, friend. As you have realized, there were many competing factions here on Mars. Zal versus Bell, USC versus DGC, scientists versus engineers. None of us seemed to get along. At least, that's how it looked to everyone at the time. While we carved out our own little pieces of turf on Mars, plotting our plots, something else was operating behind us, in the shadows. Something was growing, learning, working in concert, unlike us. Find out what this is, learn its secrets, and figure out how to deal with it if you want to survive. Stefan Fall, signing off.
Okay, and so there was a voice component of that, and there it was. So in the next one we'll cover As Good as New protocol. we'll have to just expand our base or set up a new home in a more central location. So we just have to build up 10 structures, build up a blast furnace, and build up a 3D printer. I'm not sure if I have all of those resources. I will probably have to farm some of them before I can complete that step. So we will see you in the next video.